Welcome back, folks, to another exciting edition of Let's Play Tyranny. As always, I'm your host, J-Squared John Jeremy, and last we left off, we had made our first alliance here with a companion. Her name is Verse. Verse here is a Scarlet Fury, one of the more powerful members of the Scarlet Chorus army. We're about to make our way down to the lower edge of the camp here, where, if you recall, at the very end of the last episode, the game had a little bit of a problem loading up the next conversation. Hopefully it won't happen again.
Eyes forward. No looking back.
The Vendrian Guard warrior roars with his falx held high, his words largely lost over the din of combat.
You.
As his attention lands on you, a double take of recognition comes over the man's face.
The Peacebinder from the war. If you've come to once again talk peace, it seems you're too late.
So we can say, drop your weapon and perhaps we can settle this without bloodshed. Or there is no escape, and for Oathbreakers, no surrender. Considering that we're a diplomat first and foremost, we do have to offer them the opportunity, at least in John's eyes, to surrender. That and the fact that the less combat John is in, the better, certainly helps as well.
We knew that violating the surrender meant an end to what little mercy and goodwill Kyros' forces have or ever will show us. Now there's no turning back.
He shakes his head with a frown.
I know you tried to do right by us in the past, but now you're between us and the way out. Nothing personal.
Fatebinder, did I hear that correctly? Maybe you misunderstand why we're here. Again, Verse, being a member of the Scarlet Chorus, not a fan of allowing troops to surrender, would rather them either die or subjugate themselves into the Scarlet Chorus. As he signals his men to charge, the sound of chanting rises from the south, drawing his attention.
Scarlet Chorus reinforcements! Hurry!
Run, the Oathbreakers! Let none escape! From the red mob of reinforcements from the south, a blood chanter emerges as the head of the rabble, the ornamental crest of her staff pulsing with crimson tones. Signing sigils of magic and wordlessly moving her mouth, the blood chanter scribes a series of spells into the air. A red glow surrounds the Vendrian God warriors as the chanter's magic worms its way into their minds, blinding them with rage.
Hold position! All of you! You there! Keep to the path!
The warrior gestures along the canyon trail, but his soldiers turn their attention to the Scarlet Chorus, roaring challenges.
No! Don't engage them! We need to run!
His orders falling on deaf ears, the warrior reluctantly readies his weapon. So the Scarlet Chorus kind of forced the the soldiers here into battle. Now, Verse, you should come down here and kind of join the fray here, actually. And John, we're gonna have you push at this guy with your charged fist, hopefully knocking him back. And Verse, why don't you go ahead and use your special ability on Tarkus as well. Hopefully these guys can take care of the force down to the south.
No dice.
What's this? When you have companions in your party, you are able to execute unique and powerful abilities called companion combos. These abilities allow two characters to act in concert to create a powerful effect. Try using the Blood-Soaked Stone combo ability against Tarkus Demos. When a companion combo ability is activated, you will see the icon above each character's head is set to the same ability. The combo will begin when each character is out of recovery, when the blue circle around the ability icon is gone. Okay, well, we're engaged right now with Tarkos. They're about to throw spears at me. That's not good. Hey, Verse, get down here. Oh, wow. Okay, so we've managed to get a strike off on Tarkos, or Tarkus. Now, let's try and back up a bit. Switch! Okay. Verse, you've got this. Go ahead and land your blow on Tarkus here. Okay, good for you. John is still ready to attack this fella right here just with normal abilities. That's fine, although I do want you to use your magic on her as well. Okay. Got hurt again there. Not a fan. Now let's go ahead and go back over to attack Tarkus here. Okay, my weapon, if you notice over here in the bottom right-hand corner, my weapon is ineffective. Not very good when dealing with this huge amount of soldiers here, but at least it does some damage. That's good news. Let's go ahead and use Blood-Soaked Stone on the Tarkus individual. Curious to see what happens here. Okay, that was a huge amount of damage, I think. Tarkus is near death. That's good news. Weapon is ineffective from Verse.
Bleed out, you little shit!
Oh, and I've landed the killing blow on Tarkus Demos. Very good. Very good indeed. Let's go ahead now and focus our attention on someone else. Like this fellow right here, the uninjured Sun Soldier. Okay, very good. The Sun Soldier has gained a wound and is badly injured. Oh, why did Verse choose to fight the other Sun Soldier, though? That's not good. Get back over here. Alright, I've killed this Sun Soldier now as well. He was on fire and now is electrocuted. A deadly combination. Let's go ahead and use our shock ability on this last Sun Soldier here. And Verse can use her ability, Skewer, on the first Sun Soldier as well. Okay, is that an ally? Horde near death. Okay, it is. Good. Excellent. We live so far. We even have allies in this fight. Alright, the Sun Soldier's gained a wound. I've also increased my control lightning skill. Versus increased parry and dual wield. That's good news. And the Horde has killed the last Sun Soldier. Looks like we're okay. Maybe. Who knows? Crescent Runner. Come quick. We have a situation on the hill cliffside. They have the commander. They have the commander? Well, that's kind of a thing. Before we do that, though, hey, it's time to loot things. Now, I've learned a new thing. You hold down tab, you get to see what you can loot. So we're going to take all the goodies. Come down here and take all the goodies. So we've got the Honor Guard's Bronze Falx, a two-handed weapon, a bunch of them, a dagger, Vendrian Guard Heavy Bronze Armor, and Horde Bracers. Take that. Several skulls bleached by the sun and picked clean by carrion birds are spiked on a roughly hewn post. It is the only heraldry the Scarlet Chorus needs. Weapons and armor are strewn haphazardly around the cart. Every blade shows signs of rust, and every piece of armor is in need of repair. Ah, there's a glowing box. What does the glowing box have? Has a head wrap, light armor, increase of accuracy, and mead. The symbol of the Scarlet Chorus is smeared in blood on the tattered cloth tent. No effort has been made to repair the gaping tears. Weapons and armor are stacked with neat precision on this transport cart. Every spear is honed and oiled, ready for battle. So how do I make both of you guys go at the same time? Can I just like... There we go. Go together. Oh, there's a body over here. Cosma is over here and uninjured. Thingy over here we can search for, though. What do we have? We've got Skycap. Sure, why not? Nothing in here now. Going back up. Over here we've got Vendrian Guard Heavy Bronze Greaves. And Agate. Somebody to talk to here. Cosma, uninjured.
What are you doing? You'll draw attention to me.
Alright, calm down. Calm down, dude. Didn't mean it. This torn banner bears the scratched out icon of the disfavored. The army's original symbol has been lost to history, and Graven Ash has never ordered a replacement, preferring the blasted icon over all others. There's a place you can climb over there. Uh-oh. Pelox Tyrell. Stow your weapons, or we'll find out how long a man screams before hitting the ravine down below. Cornered between a precipitous drop and a band of angry soldiers, the Oathbreaker warrior holds a disfavored officer at knife point. Drastus.
Skewer him! Worry not for me. Graven Ash will protect.
The disfavored officer winces, blood seeping from the seams of his bracers, and curious. That's true, because we did learn that Graven Ash does protect his soldiers with the Aegis. The disfavored are all protected by Archon Graven Ash's mystical Aegis, and many will attest that it allows disfavored to endure truly staggering punishment. However, there are no documented cases of a disfavored surviving decapitation, being sliced in half, or other wantonly fatal doses of trauma. It is highly unlikely that Ash's Aegis will save Drastus from his neck being sliced open. Alright, maybe not so much. Mocking Blaze. You heard the man. He plainly invited you to use that little blade of yours. What are you waiting for? Permission from your pimp?
This blade?
With a jerk of the knife, he slices off a clump of Drastus's matted hair.
Feel so eager to see your ally dead. Just step closer.
Alright. Release the prisoner and you might know the inside of a cell. Conquest. I'm John Jeremy. My name should be known to you, and it should be an honorable one. Please, give me the knife. Athletics 30, lower your weapon, then charge forward and wrest the knife from him. Attack, we have to help Drastus. Attack, you heard Drastus, let him die. Interesting. Well, why don't we try and take advantage of our conquest background, and since we offered these folks surrender last time, they may be more inclined to surrender this time too? I'm John Jeremy. My name should be known to you, and it should be an honorable one. Please, give me the knife.
You're Tunon's envoy?
He watches you closely for a long moment until his posture slackens, and he lowers the knife.
If you will vouch for my safety, then I'll...
His sentence is halted by a spear thrust into his lung. Leaping forward the moment Tyrell lowers his blade, the disfavored soldiers slaughter the Oathbreaker. Well, that didn't go so well for Pelox, did it? And that doesn't really go so well for me either, because I was kind of wanting him to surrender peacefully, and this is a way that we can end this conflict between the rebel forces and our factions. Dazed but alive, Drastus lets out a long sigh and struggles to his feet. Say nothing, or I offered that man mercy, and you made a liar out of me. I'd be kind of upset. I think John would be too. You have gained wrath with disfavored.
But these mongrels require a firm hand. They can't be trusted, and
my honor is as dear to me as your sword is to you. Do not forget that a second time. The fault lies with the Oathbreaker for forcing our hand. Just clean up this mess. I thought you were the pride of the North. Do not disgrace me again. I think that if we talk about honor, they may be more inclined to accept our position here. Maybe. Who knows? You gained favor with disfavored. I understand. My apologies. It will not happen again.
Kyros be praised! That Oathbreaker fought with the rage of Cairn himself.
Drastus slides a trembling hand along the cut on his neck.
Thank you, Fatebinder. I thought today was my last.
Rage of Cairn. Cairn, the mountainous Archon of Stone, accompanied the disfavored on the conquest of the Tiers. His temper and proclivity towards destructive solutions often branded him a liability to the otherwise orderly takeover, but his powers were not easily dismissed. During the Azure campaign, Cairn went on a rampage, declaring himself independent of Kyros and the conquest an unlawful sham. Kyros drafted the Edict of Stone to put an end to the rebellious Archon, and his petrified corpse rests in the ruins of Azure today. Interesting. So we could have had the opportunity to, I guess, declare the Edict of Stone against Cairn, if we had picked Azure instead of the library.
From the look of it, guess they thought if they swarmed the pass, maybe one might make it out. We found a few scraps of parchment on the bodies.
Drastus holds out a handful of crumped parchments for your inspection.
A student of letters such as yourself should be able to make sense of this.
Literacy is rare in the North. Very few disfavored soldiers know more than a few written words. Literacy is uncommon in the Tiers, but the nobility of the younger realms have taught literacy to the firstborn noble for centuries. Now, many of these disenfranchised nobles have fallen in with the uprising, and they rely on written messages, knowing that most of Kyros' forces will be unable to decipher the contents. I've got no time for this. I should be on my way to see the Archons. All that training in Graven Ash doesn't teach you to read. Let's not piss them off, please. Examine the parchment. Repeating the same messages in different written scripts, the parchments explain the Vendrian Guard's desire to overthrow Kyros' Archons and rout their armies from the Tiers. The pages aren't addressed to any specific reader, but rather openly invites all who remain loyal to the younger realms to gather at Vendrian's Well. What's the younger realms? The realms of Azure, Apex, Stalwart, and Haven are collectively known as the Younger Realms, and together they represent the major political factions of the Tiers. For centuries, the Younger Realms have battled amongst themselves for control of the Tiers, with every realm having been at war with each other at some point in memorable history. This lack of unified resistance allowed Kyros' armies to swiftly conquer the Tiers. Indeed, it only took us 3 years. Recruitment material. They were trying to bring more traitors to the fight.
Well, from the look of it, we kept them from slipping out of the valley. Whatever they hope to accomplish, I think their plan died here. The Archons are expecting you. When you're ready, leave by the gate to the southeast and follow the trails downslope for a few hours. You'll see the campfire leagues away. Can't miss it.
Excellent. So we've completed the quest, Welcome to Ruin. We've defeated the remaining rebels in camp. Let's go ahead and search the body here. Of Pelox Tyrell, we've got the Falx, we've got Quick Finger Bangles. I'm not really sure what this does. This is an accessory. Gives you haste, it looks like. Cheese and Scroll Sigil of Distant Impact. Let's take all those guys, sure. Anything else for us to interact with? Ah, the Crescent Runner who's uninjured.
Thanks for your help, Fateinder.
Graven ash is better than we deserve. Ah, Aurora. Fatebinder. Aurora salutes as you approach. We are honored by your presence. Need something? What's the situation here in Vendrian's Well? The Oathbreakers hold the citadel at the heart of the valley, the one built around the base of the spire. Aurora points east toward the tower in the distance. The Matani River has been our largest headache during the siege. It's unsafe for armored troops to fjord, save for at key locations, and the enemy knows this as well as we do. I know we'd a lot farther along if the Scarlet Chorus used its alleged strength in numbers to ford the river themselves and overwhelm the enemy. Aurora looks at Verse with disapproving air. As it is, we must take the valley slowly and advance the disfavored bulwark, since that is where the real work gets done. Because all it takes is numbers to cross a river under a hail of arrows. If the disfavored were quicker to act, maybe the Vendrian Guard wouldn't be so trained up to face us. Aurora is correct. The slow advance will win out. Verse has a point. There's been a lack of cooperation here. But Lore 30 gives us, if either of you were correct, the campaign would be over, and I wouldn't be here. You've gained favor with disfavored, you've gained loyalty with Verse, and gained 16 lore experience. A fair point. The Legion is eager to gain some perspective on our quarrels. Consequently, I retract my previous remark. Really? Because I don't? Next time you say something, try to mean it. How long have you been with the disfavored, Aurora? 7 years. She pauses to count on her fingers. 2 seasons, mayhap a handful of days. I trained at Fort Resolution a bit before the conquest. Compared to the commanders you find around camp or stationed at Iron Hearth, that makes me one of the young bloods. This has been a long and grueling campaign, but the end is in sight. We'll soon have the Oathbreakers back under our control. Then we can rest, retrain, and even cycle out troops so we can see our families again. What can you tell me of the Vendrian Guard? They are the last gasp of the younger realms. Among them are warriors that escaped the bastard city siege, a few refugees from other victories, and a bunch of Vendrian locals with delusions of independence. These southern wastrels cannot match our iron, nor the chorus's numbers. What on Taratas gave them the nerve to rise up and ask for a second helping of battle is anyone's guess. Seen anything interesting during the war? I once saw a forge-bound artisan set himself on fire. Occupational hazard. That was an unpleasant day. The first of many, to be honest. What's forge-bound? The forge-bound are mage-smiths sworn to Kyros' service, though their operation in the tiers are overseen by Tunon and his court of Fatebinders. Each forge-bound uses magic as a tool to augment their personal craft, most commonly smelting and metalworking, but carpenters, tailors, and tanners are found in the ranks, and each mage strives to create that which is impossible with mundane hands. Most notably, the forge-bound are the sole masters of ironworking in the known world. using spells of fire resistance to wade into the forge fires. The forge bound can work iron at temperatures no other forge can match, and with a hands-on touch that no mundane smith could hope to achieve. Because of this vital skill, the forge bound are considered a strategic war asset, their lives regimented and controlled so that the forges may churn out iron arms and armor without debate, delay, or distraction. And actually, in our history, that was true as well. If you were a craftsman or an armorer, and you were found to have particularly good talents in creating these weapons, you were kind of forced into service. And though your life may be better overall compared to the peasants of the day around you, you were, your life was just that, your forge. Many examples in history of that. I heard about the edict you proclaimed at the burning library, but thankfully I wasn't there. One fire was enough for me. Carry on. She taps her gauntlet to her breastplate and salute. Have a pleasant siege, Fateinder. Alright. Some good information there. Guess we'll continue onwards here. Oh. Mocking Blaze, Tarkus Demos, and Drastus. Tarkus Demos is alive? I killed him! He was dead! Ironwalker. Fatebinder. A pleasure to have you join us. You never really know if one of Tunon's officers is battle-ready until the fighting breaks out. She nods with approval. You can clearly hold your own in a fight. A broad-shouldered disfavored soldier snaps to salute. And thank Kyros for that. There's been too much talk of late, and not enough action. Well, I kinda am a talker. The Archon of War is planning his next move. Would you have him hasten his plans for your impatience? The superior officer glowers through the gap in her helm. Never, ma'am. Graven Ash protects. She holds her salute with a tightly clenched fist. I'm just eager to see the Vendrian God buried under their own patched defenses. Need something? Why hasn't the siege been resolved? It's because the Scarlet Chorus scoff at the great general's plans, and they aren't carrying their weight. They should be using their great numbers to patrol and harass the enemy. If you ask me, I think they're intentionally going easy on the Oathbreakers. She grinds her fist into her palm. Even if they listen to us, are they even capable of following orders? The Scarlet Chorus doesn't have a chain of command, just a rabble of gang bosses cutting each other's throats for advancement. Pissing on the disfavored is like a badge of honor, if you don't mind me saying so. Tell me about the disfavored. We are the proud elite of Kyros' military strength, selected from the finest northern stock and hammered against the anvil of war. If you want to put that in perspective, the disfavored are a sword, forged with care, then polished and sharpened to perfection. She clears her throat. The Scarlet Chorus are more of a rusty pitchfork dredged out of a swamp, effective in large numbers, but easily outclassed. Graven Ash protects indeed. What have you survived? In my early days, I broke from my phalanx and ran at the enemy, received a spear in the guts for my efforts. It took the better part of an afternoon for the Archon's protection to patch me up. Learned a valuable lesson, too. When I was at Azure, I caught a hammer blow to the side of the head. All I remember is a ringing sound, and feeling my skull shatter, from jawline to ear to top. I woke up hours later. The medic says that there's a piece of helmet lodged in my brain. She draws herself up. My badge. My reminder. We owe it all to the great general. He gives us the strength to fight where others would flee, and stand when others would fall. What a pile of dung. They're right about one thing. The disfavored have taken too many blows to the head. She scoffs and crosses her arms. You don't believe in Ash's protection? Oh, I believe in it all right, but I don't buy that he's doing anyone a favor. In war, death is a lesson. Survival is its own reward. If Ash protects his soldiers, The weakest of them occupy a space in the phalanx that could be put to better use. Interesting. So we have an option here. Graven Ash gives his soldiers a chance to improve, which is more than the voices of Narat allows. No, that's not quite right, because she's a Scarlet Fury, and she's been trained up from the Scarlet Chorus, so she's been improved. You may be right. Ash invites weakness into the ranks. Or I want to keep talking to these soldiers. Best not to engage verse in that kind of dialogue, I think. Suit yourself. Alright. The Archon demands all prisoners be given a chance to serve the chorus. These lying horsepawn had their chance long ago. I say kill them. Oh? Is there a fight going on over here? Hold on.
The prisoner says his name is Tarkus Demos.
Drastus lets out a long sigh, tapping his gauntleted finger to his temple.
Then I don't think this is a complicated matter. He dies. His family's been a driving force in the Vendrian Guard. Killing him should demoralize whatever's left of the Tarkus clan.
You gained wrath with Scarlet Chorus. All must be given a chance to... The chorus mage falls short as her eyes widen at the recognition of your face.
You! I see how it is.
Have you come to once again deny us our right? How do you expect us to fight if we're denied the right to claim new blood? I'm not sure what happened here.
We'd let you take prisoners, but you can't control them. You'd send these conscripts out on patrol and then never return, defecting all over again. I can't let this nonsense strategy continue.
Will I insist this Oathbreaker be taken to the voices of Narat, leaving us at an impasse? Fortunately, we have a Fatebinder here to settle the matter for us. The chanter turns to you, an expectant smile creeping across her face. So, what say you? What should become of this prisoner? Execute the Oathbreaker. One chance to surrender is enough. The Chorus should be allowed its chance to recruit new warriors. I mean, if you want to try and recruit this guy, you're certainly more than welcome to. Not my fault if he runs away again. As far as the dealings with the disfavored goes, and they want to execute him. I kind of see their point, but we've already done so much for the disfavored right now. We should also stay on the good side of the Scarlet Chorus, too. This is going to be tough. I can already tell. The Chorus should be allowed its chance to recruit new warriors. You've gained favor with Scarlet Chorus, and you've gained wrath with disfavored.
This is just the sort that got us into this mess we're in right now. If we keep showing these mongrels mercy, they'll just bite us time and time again.
If it will calm your nerves, I assure you this one won't be put on the battlefield. The mage snaps her fingers loudly, gesturing for her gang to listen. Make sure the prisoner is taken straight to the voices of Narat.
I won't keep you here any longer, Fatebinder. I know you have important business in the valley.
Drastus salutes you, his iron gauntlet wrapping against his breastplate.
For the glory of Kyros.
Well, there you go. We've taken care of that issue, and solved the conundrum between the disfavored and the Scarlet Chorus. No doubt the first of many. We're still gaining some... We're basically trying to figure out how this game plays out. But I'm enjoying it so far, and I hope you guys are too. Looks like we need to continue on with our quest. There is a special area over here, though I'm curious as to what that area leads to. As I come back around this way. Climb the rope. 35 athletics. The rope appears to be secured strongly enough to hold your weight. What the hell just happened? What's this? Loose stone. Potion of invisibility, invisible for 60 seconds. Interesting. Anything else up there? Nope. Calm down. Alright. Well, looks like we'll continue our journey towards the Archons to deliver our edict from our Overlord next time. Hey everyone, J Squared John Jeremy here, and I want to thank you for watching. Check out another video from yours truly, or take a look at the playlist for this series. If you haven't done so already, click on the logo to subscribe and keep track of this channel. Until next time, so long and take care.